back here with another one, and got some really awesome stuff going on, guys. These charts are looking pretty cool. Everything's looking pretty good. Want to kind of go over some stuff. We do have Bitcoin on our weekly chart. We're going to start with here. Uh, as I stated in my last video, um, if you don't remember what I said, just go back and rewatch that video. But this week we made a lot of progress. So far, it is Friday. We still got a couple days to our weekly close on Sunday, which is perfectly great. Um, I'm thoroughly excited, liking what I'm seeing here on the weekly chart. We are above the 50 on the RSI for the weekly. Bollinger Band's expanding to the upside. Got our 821 cross last week. That was really good to see. So yeah, still got our momentum on our stochastic as well. So yeah, everything's good, guys. I'm fairly well excited here, and we're gonna skip over to the 2-week chart. I want to show you guys something pretty important that I'm seeing right here. Obviously we haven't closed this candle yet, but we will be closing it on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. So definitely be on the lookout for that. That's going to be highly anticipated. We do also have a full moon in Scorpio coming as well. Typically, full moons tend to be a little bearish, but I'm not really worried about it. We do have a lot of other planetary alignments going on right now too. That is also going to favor everything we're going to see in the market as well. But just from a factual standpoint here, what we see right here on the charts, we do have a RSI cross coming for the weekly. If we can close in this range here, in my opinion, anything above 100K is going to be very good. But we do have a stochastic RSI cross above 20. We will be looking for that lag line to get above 22. That'll be our second confirmation, which is going to be extremely good. So definitely very excited about that as well. So yeah, guys, Bitcoin here looks pretty good. But yeah, so just a second here. Really just from this little retrace here, not based on the long-term fib, we could see 138, 135 on this, full run up here. So of this next move for Bitcoin. Doesn't have to. We could go a little higher, but 138 is going to be our 1618 for our local fib. So that's definitely going to be something to watch out for as well. And again, guys, I'm going to give you the weekly update on Pirate Chain as well, because as I was very transparent since 2022, Pirate Chain was going to be my largest holding, and it is, and it still will be. So just stick around for the video. I'm going to go over Pirate Chain here in just a little bit, but first, we're actually going to go over Ethereum, because Ethereum's had a pretty big week. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about Ethereum. We're breaking up out of this downtrend, which is nice to see. Bounced off our 200 here. Now we're bumping up against this 100, and we're starting to get those MAs start to curl up on our 2-week chart here. Same thing's kind of happening for Ethereum as well. Once we will break above this 50 on the RSI for the 2-week chart, it's going to get really exciting for Ethereum, in my personal opinion. So definitely watch out for that as well. But so far, so good, guys. We're above the 8 on the 2-week chart. Obviously that's a higher time frame, so that's really good to see. On our weekly, we're well above here, bumping up against the 200, and we got all these MAs converging in the same region of the price. So could see a little bit of resistance here, but that's perfectly fine. We will be breaking through over the next few weeks, in my opinion, because you're also going to have these MAs cross up through all these as well. So these lower time frame moving averages are going to be crossed up through higher time frames, which is always extremely bullish. And then we have our signal line right below the 50 on the RSI too. So, and momentum still climbing on our stochastic. So everything's looking good. Um, you know, for me, everything's looking like it's going to be really good for the coming weeks here. So I'm thoroughly excited about that for sure. Monero doing its thing, breaking up here, looking very strong. And, technically this entire chart's like one big rounded bottom. So pretty excited to see what's going to be the end result for Monero. We could definitely see some massive price action here, as Monero's been trading sideways in a range for, you know, geez, let's just, even if we went here, right? I mean, goodness, 1,071 days. That's a very long time, you know, to be stuck in a range here. So definitely excited, guys. This is looking good. Obviously, one of my crypto picks from the last bull market, back in 2020, 2021. IoTex, obviously, it did perform really well last market cycle, but looking like it's going to do it again. This one, fundamentals are great. Not really going to spend too much time on this, but starting to shape up, starting to look good. So keep an eye out for that as well. Um, a lot of good stuff, guys. A lot of charts are looking really good. So I'm only going over some of these cryptos. Moon River, looking good. Kind of the same position as a lot of these other altcoins. We're starting to see some movement on the weeklies, which is really good to see. Next week we should get an 8 and 21 cross for the weekly for Moon River. RSI is looking good. We're still not above 50 on the weekly yet, but we're getting there, and momentum's going up. So, once we start breaking above $11.72, things are going to get real exciting really fast. So, keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And, I got me a little bag of Luna Classic as well, because why not? Especially at these prices where it came from. So I think it's really super important. Reserve rights looking good as well. Um, I think this one's going to do fairly well in this market cycle as well. So again, looking great. You're watching these MAs in real time converge up through one another. So it's creating that price action to the upside. Bollinger Bands are expanding to the upside. RSI above 50. A lot of check marks for the green here. So, yeah, a lot of these cryptos are in really good positions on the charts. All my, people that are fans of Moonwell, we're getting the same thing. All these MAs converging together. It's going to lead to, price action to the upside. Might take, a week or so to kind of get all ironed out and figured out, but, it's going to start moving really well. And, our favorite, Pirate Chain, the most private cryptocurrency out there, even over Monero, guys, even over Monero. I know a lot of people might be like, oh, what do you mean Monero? Well, Anon set for Pirate Chain is, I think last time I checked, it's over 14 million. So, just to kind of put it in perspective, Monero only use ring CT technology. So it's only using rings of privacy, which is fine. Hey, listen, I'm not hating on Monero or anything, but for Pirate Chain to be at this price and have the Anon set that it does, this thing is extremely, extremely, extremely undervalued, and it's more secure. So I am definitely on board with Pirate Chain. Um, you know, it's ZK Snarks technology. Look into it, do your own research. But listen, guys, us pirates, we're going to be extremely happy when this thing really starts to run. Last time this thing ran from cents. I remember looking at this thing last market cycle at 3 cents, and over an 8 week period, that thing went to $16, $18 in 8 weeks. So definitely Pirate Chain as a runner. So we're just waiting for it to wake up, get up out of this range, break through about 19.25 cents, and really start breaking above 32. But ultimately on the weekly, things are going to get extremely exciting when we start breaking above 60 cents and starting to get daily and weekly closes above 60 cents. Things are going to look really ultra bullish. So hang tight, be patient, and stack more Pirate Chain. Something that I personally do like as well, Darrow. I do think they have great technology. I think they do have a pretty bright future ahead of them. If you guys never heard of Darrow, it's pretty much Ethereum, but private. So basically, this is literally like Ethereum on steroids in its infancy. You can build a whole economy on Darrow. So again, do your own research, low supply, 21 million max supply, just like Bitcoin, just like Monero. So, yeah. We're going to go over CXT, which is Covalent. I really like Covalent a lot. I think what they're doing over there is really awesome. I think it's going to do extremely well. Obviously, you don't have much data for the weekly chart. But again, look into that one, guys. We can even go to the daily, kind of check that thing out. We're starting to just get cooking. Bollinger Bands are expanding to the upside. We're above the 50 on the RSI. We're going to be closing here in about 25 minutes for the daily on a Friday. So, things are looking good. You got the MAs, lower time frames, crossing up through the higher time frame MAs. That's great. You also have the 200-day moving average here at 6.8 pennies. Also lining up with the 50 fib. So, again, this thing could do extremely well. Extremely, extremely, extremely well. On a local fib, at this next move, technically you could see it go all the way as high as 47 cents, before it really sees a massive retrace. Or, we get shut down here at 786 around 11, make a little small retrace and then blast off. Again, remains to be seen. I'm just keeping you guys updated every step of the way. Lumia was another one that I really like, guys. I think Lumia is going to do great things. But once we start breaking above 40 and start getting daily and weekly candle closes above 40 cents, I think this one is really worth paying attention to as well. And that leads me into another one of my favorites, Dia. Looking good on Dia. Look like we're going to get a 50 and 100-day moving average cross here just on the daily. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this one because obviously we came up here, got up to 65 cents, took a little retrace, which is perfectly normal. We checked the 21-day moving average. Again, very normal and healthy in a market run. So that's just on our daily chart, guys. Our weekly looks really good. Really good for Dia on a weekly. We're above the 50 on the RSI for the weekly. If we can get a break above this 50-day moving average on the weekly over the next few weeks, my personal opinion, Dia is really going to do some really great things. Because you have the 8, the 21, the 50, and the 200 all about to converge together. And that's going to definitely create some very powerful price action to the upside. So, again, pay attention, guys. Dia, low market cap, low supply. Yeah, big investors. Just a centralized play, So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Um, we got Corium. Corium's going to start cooking. This thing is starting to look good. Again, we got those MAs converging together, lower time frames, crossing up through higher time frames, which equals, price action to the upside. So, again, very excited, very excited, very excited. Another one that I really like a lot, I was able to capitalize on. Shout out to Ruel Blackwell. We had an awesome conversation about this. Me, him, and Ronan the one day, and the syncs lined up, so I actually got into Zbeck, like right down in this range area right here. So, extremely a lot of gratitude for that. A lot of gratitude for all these cryptos that we have, and I hope you guys are excited because things are really looking start. These charts are really starting to look really good. Um, Especially like I said about Bitcoin stuff like that. I'm actually going to look at another one. No, we don't want that. No, we don't have to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking for XCN. I guess we'll just do. No, we won't. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, here we go. XCN looking real good. I love the structure here, and I love how this boom retrace. It looks like we're getting ready to move back up. Um, we got our momentum on our stotch, but we still are waiting for that confirmed signal cross for the RSI. But everything looks really good, guys. Everything looks real good. We hit the 886 right on the head there. Um, so yeah, be on the lookout for this one. This one should do pretty well, in my personal opinion. There's another one we're going to look at. I believe this. I don't think this is it, actually. Give me 1 second, guys. We're just kind of looking here. That's where I messed up. Okay, cool. Here we go. Swift C. All right. We're only pulling it up here. The futures. Yeah, okay. I don't even think this is it, actually, though. There we go. Okay, let's look at OKX. Swift coin, looking good. Looking good. This looks very strong to me. This is a really strong chart, especially on a weekly. This is looking real good. This is one of those strong charts, kind of like Dia. I really like that a lot. Um, Maybe this next local fib here. Let's see what we could, kind of expect. I mean, top of this next move, 14 cents potentially, which is kind of crazy from where it's at right now. That's a very big, bold move. So, hang tight, guys. Should be very, very interesting for Swift Coin. There's some other ones I need to go over as well. Um, Definitely just going to go over a couple more. Let's see. Probably have. Well, yeah, we probably got enough data over here. Arc Block's still not doing it yet, but it's looking better. It's looking better. Right now, we're currently getting stopped here at this 100. Plus, we got the 50 kind of sloping over on the weekly. So, maybe give this one a couple weeks, I would say, probably. But let's look at it from a daily. Yeah, daily, we're getting stopped out here right around the 200. But, ultimately, obviously, good trend reversal. The trend's looking really strong. We just got to break above this 200 here. Again, I'd say a week or two, this thing will probably start looking a lot better and start performing better. So definitely excited about that as well. Xano. If you guys are not familiar, this is actually another privacy coin as well. Let's see what Xano is looking like. Yeah, see, Xano, actually, we're about to get a golden cross on Xano on the daily. Probably here in the next few days, really. So that could be pretty interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Xano, the next top of this move completely could take you to about $38. Right now, it's currently at 11. Again, another privacy coin. They use homomorphic um, encryption technology. So, again, do your own research, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, which one was the other one? There's another one I had to go through, guys. Give me 1 second here. Oh, yeah, two more, actually. I'll go over Strader. Let's see what it looks like on Coinbase here. Let's see if we got some more data. Yeah, a lot more data there. So, we're still in the lows, guys, but we're coming off the lows. Daily's starting to look a lot more promising. But this one, again, this is probably in the same predicament as like Xano. It's probably still got like a week or two before we see some massive, massive moves. Because it's not as advanced in the charts like some of the other ones I covered earlier. But that's okay. The market rotates, So, but yeah, I mean, it's looking healthy. We're just not quite there yet on Strader. Definitely want to go with Dragon Chain too, but I can't remember if Dragon Chain is on. If I can get it on. Yeah, I don't think I can. I might have to make a separate one for Dragon Chain because I got to get on CoinTrader Pro for that. Again, that's another privacy coin as well. But another one of all-time favorites want to go over is VAI. Viat. I don't know if you guys remember that one or not. But that one I think is going to do exceptionally well. Here we go. KuCoin. Yeah, see, we're weekly looking pretty solid. We're above the 8. Yeah, we're looking pretty solid here, guys. So, good trend reversal so far. We just want to see that 8 and 21 cross on the weekly, and then we can start kind of progressing from there and going up, So, I mean, short term, though, very short term, like this next, move before we see a massive correction on VAI, you could take you to $3.88 on this one. And that's just a local fib, so that's pretty exciting in itself, especially when this thing's sitting at $3.6 pennies. That's pretty exciting. But again, got a lot of work to put in. We got to get above this 200, which is about 12.9 cents. So once we can break above all that stuff, all this overhead resistance, bust through, I'm more than confident that this thing will start cooking. But there's a lot of coins out there, guys. If you want me to cover one specifically, leave it in the comments below. I think that's really all I got, really, for a market update. The main takeaway from today, is that we're doing really good. Market's looking good. Don't ever get, too optimistic where you forget to take profits and stuff like that. Once we get into these stage of euphoria, a lot of people are going to get very emotional, and yeah, no, take your money. Don't play around, guys. There's always another opportunity around the corner. That's what I definitely want to kind of say as we start to get excited in these markets. I know it can be extremely exciting, and especially if this is your first market cycle, things can kind of get away from you. So just be safe, guys. Um, I also want to actually, I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance because this is really going to be a massive determining factor as well. We do have checking the 8 here on the weekly. I would really love for us to start closing below this 8 on the weekly chart. But ultimately, over the next few weeks, I really want to see us getting candle body closes below this 50 and maybe even touching this 100 over the next few weeks. That's going to do tremendous wonders for us in the altcoin market and even Bitcoin. Because if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, watch what I was saying. Obviously, right here, if you guys were in the last market cycle, the top for Bitcoin came in May 21. Bitcoin dominance was at its lowest. Um, obviously, January 2018, that was another market top for Bitcoin. But guess what? The dominance was at a low. So again, you know, just pay attention, guys. Things are about to get exciting. Obviously, I hope you guys have an awesome time. Much love, many blessings, and we'll see you in the next one.